Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another amazing episode of the Hot Take Table, the series where I, Derek, take a look at some hot takes I have and present them to you so you can either agree or disagree or whatever you want. So, one of my favorite TV series of all time, Survivor. Now, Survivor has been going on for years. Jamie Lynn Spears, what are you doing here? Yes, I am a famous YouTuber. That is what I am known for. You want me to look at your show on this series? Hold up now. You know what the series is about, right? And you want me to watch? Okay. All right. Yeah. No, I could do that this month. Awesome. Sounds good. So Nickelodeon. No, that's okay, Jamie. You can go. No, you hang up first. Oh, you hang up first. Oh, she's gone. She left. So for years and years, Nickelodeon has been probably the most prolific creator of teen-specific television that's made for teens. I'd even say tween-specific television, a TV made for tweens, enjoyed by tweens. Basically, if you are someone between the ages of like 10 and 14, then Nickelodeon's your jam. And there are several Nickelodeon shows that have entered back into the limelight recently. You know, iCarly got a reboot recently, so everyone has been watching that again on Netflix and now watching the reboot on Paramount Plus. Victorious got put on Netflix recently also, so a ton of people have been watching that. And it made me think about all of the shows I loved when I grew up watching Nickelodeon shows. And one that really stood out to me was Zoey 101. Because I remember loving that show. Like when I was the 10 to 4, the tween ages, Zoey 101 was my shit. I mean, that show was the bomb. Like it might be the young queer youth in me that didn't realize I was queer yet, but that show, the drama in that show, and there's something about it, you know? There was something about it at the time where there was a ton of drama, and it was like, oh, it's a girl overcoming the boys. Sure, cool. And I remember watching that show every day. And I was scrolling through Paramount Plus the other day, and I saw Zoey 101, and I was like, wow, I forgot about that show. I can watch the whole thing right now. Why don't I do that? It's going to be great. Well, it's not. It's not good. It's not good at all. What I'm going to do something a little different. Normally, on the hot take table, the past 2 episodes, I've just talked about a thing. But we are going to go fully into commentary mode here. I have Zoey 101 set up on my TV right here. And we're just going to watch Season 1, Episode 2, which is titled New Roomies. Now, a quick bit about Zoey 101 for those of you who don't know. Zoey 101 is about a girl named Zoey who starts school at a new boarding school that used to be a boarding school for all boys, but now it's a boarding school for everyone. So the whole idea for the show is, oh, she's a girl in a boys' school. How is she going to do, right? So she has some new roommates and whatnot, has some love interests, some nerds there. It's your run-of-the-mill Nickelodeon show in terms of storyline. But enough about me just talking about it. Let's watch something. Let's get into it, right? Real quick, before I murder this show with my words, I really want to point out how much of a banging theme song this show has. And even just the ooh it's genius, because in music, and I even think about this in terms of wrestling, you want a part of your song that's going to have that like one memorizable like 2-second bit. Like if you think of Stone Cold Steve Austin's entrance in wrestling, it's the glass shattering. If you think of The Rock, it's the if you smell type of thing. I think that sort of thing is really important for memorizing music and people wanting to consume your thing. So having a theme song that has such a memorizable ooh, that like anyone can say that, and you will think that's Zoey 101 because you'll know that's Zoey 101. Just wanted to throw that out there real quick. I'm going to dance to the rest of this theme song now.
I can't believe I've been at PCA almost the whole week. One of my roommates, Nicole.
Now, I go to college, right? I am a student at a college, and I don't think I have ever seen a dorm room that looks like the dorm rooms in this show. I have been to countless colleges, visited a ton of dorm rooms, and I have never seen something as wealthy as the dorms in this show. She's got, now I don't know how much of this was brought from home, but I don't think that computer is theirs. That is, oh well, this show came out in like what, 2005, 2006. That's got to be the most up-to-date MacBook they have. They've got, let's see, there's a whole couch in a dorm room for 3 people, which you didn't get in college. The window is a very nice view, especially for like people watchers like me. I like to people watch. So a view like that is great. And like, I don't know, I'm jealous. I wish I could get that from a dorm room experience.
Hey! You woke me up again.
So, you gotta be in class by 8, which is why I set my alarm clock for 7:55.
This character here, Dana, she's like the most realistic character I've seen on television. I have never seen a character more accurately portray being in college and being in charge of your own wake-up schedule for class than that right there. Like, I've been to college. I have set my alarm clock for exactly 5 minutes before class starts. It happens. That's what you do. And I can already tell this episode's going to vilify this person who's just upset that they were woken up by a blow dryer, which is completely understandable. Why is what's her name being such a jerk? Like, you woke someone up. They want to go to sleep. So you don't just like do the thing that woke them up again once they go back to sleep. That's just rude. That's called being a bad roommate.
If I don't drum my hair, it'll frizz. Name 3 people who care. Girls, will you tell your friend that waking me up every morning is inconsiderate?
No.
Dan Schneider, as problematic as he is, does a really good job at making you absolutely hate the main characters of his own show. Like, Victoria is like the most, like, I couldn't stand her. I wouldn't be able to stand her. And here, like, there's a genuine concern. Like, hey, it's 7 a.m. Could you maybe not, like, fucking hair dry right now? And Zoey just said no. Like, she was like, hey, can you tell your friend to not blow dry while I'm sleeping? And Zoey's like, no, she can do what she wants. Like, what
Who usually starts it, Nicole or Dana?
They take turns. They fight over everything.
Bummer.
Y'all saw that, right?
Fight over everything.
How many grapes do you have? That's...
Who usually starts it, Nicole or Dana?
They take turns. They fight over everything.
What is that? Okay. This lunch is crazy. She's got what looks like an entire salad with like very long, seemingly uncut carrots. And then I think that's a burrito, like a full burrito. And then there's just this massive plate of grapes. Who eats that many grapes? What?
Why don't we hang out together tonight?
You and me?
Me and you. You know, just to take a break from your roommates. We could play foosball. You know, if you like foosball. The girls like foosball because if you don't, we could like knit.
What? Do girls play foosball? You stand here and do this. That's all foosball is. Why would a girl not be able to play foosball?
Well, what am I supposed to do for cash?
I don't know. Figure out a way to earn some.
That's good.
So, we are 2 episodes into the series, and we have already started the wonderful episode-long Child Makes Money Through Scam arc, which happens in every show of this variety. I would say that this young guy right here, this kid, is probably the best character in Zoey 101. Not because, like, he's like nice or cool or anything. It's just that he's young, so it like makes sense. Like Zoe's a jerk. This guy, I don't even remember his name. He's awkward as all heck. This kid's just like a kid, and that's honestly the best thing about this show so far.
That's Quinn. She lives in my dorm.
Yeah. Well, I saw her having lunch by herself, so I sat down next to her, being friendly and all. And she started feeling my food.
You could have asked her to stop. Like, I work with kids in my regular working day, and I would have said to that person, hey, kid, you stop. Or if he came up to me saying, hey, Quinn's feeling my food, I'd be like, did you ask her to stop? Because that's like the first thing you should do, right? You can be like, hey, don't touch my food. And then most people will respect that because that's how it works.
Every food has its own distinct energy, almost like emotions, which can be better identified through touch as opposed to taste or smell. So you want to feel if my food is happy or sad, worried.
Touching all of the food to see if all foods have different energies. That is awesome. And that is some Gen Z bullshit at the same time. Like, I am okay with that. I love that type of stuff, like, personally. But, like, it's easy to recognize that some people can see that that's a little bullshit. But it's okay, because it's fun to think about.
Don't touch my salad.
Don't do it.
See, is that hard? Like, she wanted to do it. And, like, she might have seemed sad at the end, but she still respected you guys. So was it really that hard for this kid right here? This kid. Was it that hard for him to respect that? Like, to just ask? To say no? You can say no. It's okay. Just air dry in the bathroom. Dana's not doing anything wrong here. Like, Dana is asking for space. Like, Dana's like, hey, I respect that we live together, but I need some space right now. I need to do this, or I need to sleep. And this girl's just not respecting her at all. And Zoey's, like, I haven't gotten to it yet. Zoey's probably going to side with her again and be mad at Dana again, which is bullshit.
Stop it! You know what, Dana? You are a slob. And Nicole, it's rude of you to blow your stupid hairdryer when people need quiet.
Thank you, Zoey. That was needed.
You can never remember your key. Yes, like always forgetting your key. So it's annoying to have to let you in all the time. Oh, come on. It is. Ooh, I'm Zoey, and I forgot my key again. Yeah.
They make a good point too. They're being annoying about it, but they're making a good point. Zoey needs to remember her keys. Like, you're at bonus school. This is a time to learn about life. And part of life is that you're not going to have people to let you in all the time. So you need your freaking key on you.
Zoey, want a roommate?
So, like, that's not okay. You can't do that to someone. You can't do that. You look, she's got shit hooked up to her brain. Like, the experiments are fine. Just ask.
Morning. Why are you jumping rope?
'Cause jumping rope makes your brain vibrate.
Jumping rope makes your brain vibrate. Are you sure you didn't get a concussion? Because I'm pretty sure that's what a concussion does.
It's one of my Quinventions. See, my name is Quinn, and I invent things, so I call them Quinventions.
That's very interesting.
I think I had a really unrealistic expectation of how people talked by watching the show. Like, this is very scripted. And I took almost all of it as the truth when I was a kid. So, like, Maybe not say quinteresting, because that's not a shared experience with the youth.
I can make us breakfast right here. You like eggs? Yeah. Scrambled or sunny side up?
Fuck, it got me, guys. I'm sorry. That's so funny. This is the first time I've laughed at this episode. That's so funny. Can you imagine going to school and your room and you're like, man, I'm hungry. I could go for some breakfast. And your roommate pulls out a whole ass fucking chicken and is like, hey, you want some breakfast? This thing makes eggs. Like, that's so funny.
You know what? I'm probably just gonna skip breakfast.
Okay. But meet me back here at 6 for dinner. I'm making chicken.
You're gonna kill it? I was joking. I was joking when I was like, hey, it's the dinner, the eggs. What? You're gonna kill it? This isn't science. This is just wrong.
Zoey, I'm about to iron my underwear. Want me to do yours?
I don't iron my underwear. Whatever.
Yeah, she was like, hey, I'm gonna do some chores. Do you want me to take care of your stuff? That's like genuinely a nice roommate thing to do. Like even if you think ironing your underwear is a little weird, like people grow up differently. People have different lives. So like someone might just think that's normal, and that's not on them. So like don't like be like, huh, she's weird when she's being nice.
She attached wires to your head?
Yes, and other places.
Don't write that for kids. Hey, anybody who's gonna write for kids, don't write that. You can write the silliest thing you can. Don't write that, please, ever. I'm begging you. Never, ever. No.
Inventions?
Yeah, she combined her name with the word invention.
Ah, so she's quinsane.
One, you just did the same thing. Kids know what puns are, right? Like, I'm not too old to recognize that kids know what puns are, right? Like, at all? Kids know. They have to know. They know what puns are. They have to. Right? Like, she's calling Quinn insane for knowing a pun, for coming up with a pun. That's just creative.
Whoa, look at that huge hamster.
What?
Ha, you lose.
You know, one day there really is gonna be a huge hamster behind me, and I'm not gonna look, and you're gonna be really sorry.
I'm sorry, I'm confused. Can you say that again?
You know, one day there really is gonna be a huge hamster behind me, and I'm not gonna look, and you're gonna be really sorry.
Why would she? But she said it to you. So if it was really there, she'd be sorry, but you didn't look. Wouldn't you be sorry? Because you like didn't see the really cool big hamster behind you, and like everyone else did. Wouldn't that be on you? Why would that be on Zoey? Zoey would have gotten to see the cool hamster.
Come on, rematch.
Can't. Gotta go to class. See you.
Later.
Sorry, I'm still stuck on the hamster thing. So let's play through the scenario real quick. So let's say they're playing foosball, right? One's on one side of the table, one's at the other. And let's say Zoey does see a hamster. And Zoey does go, oh, cool, look, a hamster. And this guy, still not quite sure his name, is like, oh, no, hold up a minute. You did this to me before. There's not a hamster there. But then there really is a hamster there. And so everyone's like, oh, cool. There's an actual hamster there. And everyone else around is like, oh, cool. There's an actual hamster there. And then he looks around, and if it's gone, then she'd be... I guess she'd feel sorry that you didn't get to see the hamster. No, I just one more thing about the hamster. How big does a big hamster have to be cool? To be like the thing that distracts you from a foosball game? How big does that hamster need to be? Because like regular hamsters, I'd say are like what, this big? So how big does a big hamster have to be where it's big enough to where he wouldn't notice it at first. Like if there was an actual hamster there, you'd probably notice because you'd be like, oh, shit, a hamster, right? If there's a giant hamster there right in front of you, right?
Just hanging out with her because she's fighting with her roommates. Oh, that's bad. No, that's good.
This could go in a number of ways.
Why good? Because, dude, if she's fighting with them, she'll have more time to hang with you.
That manipulative asshole. That's some like grade A manipulative shit. Hey, just keep them fighting. She'll want to hang. Who says that? Who says that? There's probably people out there who say that and they're terrible people. But like, what the fuck, man? That's an awesome experiment. That is so cool. I would pay so much money to be able to do that shit. Like, I would love more than anything to try to make a vat of acid that can cook a steak by dipping it in and pulling it out. Like, that's a really cool scientific experiment. There's nothing weird about someone being smart.
Just say el elefante es grande.
I've already said that.
It's Jeremy. Guys, it's Jeremy. It's Jeremy. I am almost certain that's Jeremy. From iCarly, the guy who sneezes all the time. I'm pretty sure that's him. Also, this is super problematic. The school could do something, right? There's an adult on campus, right? Like through all of this. There's an adult who's like checking out the sign that says Spanish lessons. They know about the roommate stuff. Do they know that? Is there an adult on campus that knows that there's a student with all of these like dangerous chemicals in her room? Like, wouldn't they be concerned about her like starting some shit, like a fire or something?
Por qué, Mark? Por qué?
I want my $4 back.
What's the joke? Is the joke that in a different language the word is different? Because like that's not a joke, that's just a fact. That's how languages work. Look, is this a Zoey thing? Look, she has this time it's a bowl full of grapes. Why all the grapes?
Hey, have you ever heard of a silent leaf blower? I have.
I don't want another person on television saying that this character is weird or... That is so useful. That's going to stop literally all of their roommate problems, and she made that in her dorm. That's cool. Quinn is the coolest character in television.
Should we wake her up and see she wants to go?
Nah, let her sleep.
Now, I have some experience working in the residential field. You can't make up with your roommate that fast. At all. They just... What?
I got you something.
Hey, sorry we're late. What time does the movie start?
7:30.
What a jerk, man. You gotta know that he's expecting a date, right? Like, even if you're just two friends hanging out, you can't just, like, unexpectedly invite two people the day of when you got it planned for at least a week. Like, that's kind of rude, right? Like, she was just like, he was like, oh, I'm pretty sure this date. And she's like, here's my roommates, you know, cool, great, awesome. Like, you can't throw someone for a loop like that.
I'm feeling down on my luck. Could use a couple of bucks. I got the gummy worm blues.
I was just about to comment almost comedically about that blues, that like classic blues form that was really good, and then they could not let him finish the line He couldn't finish the turnaround. You had to throw in the theme song. He couldn't finish it. You didn't have an extra, second and a half in the show for him to finish the turnaround of the blues to make it sound good and make it make sense. So that was Zoey 101. My thoughts? Yeah, I don't know why I liked this show so much. So far, there's not a lot pointing me towards knowing why I liked this show so much as a kid. It's not completely terrible. It's not as terrible as I was hyping it up to be going in. And maybe it was just this episode, but with all the problems that these types of shows had, at least, there's still a really cool character in Quinn who can do all this stuff with tech. But at the same time, she's going to be the weird kid because she does things. And, the kid is cool and cute. The place Zoey 101 goes wrong is how much it plays off of the girls and boys thing. This Chase is probably the worst offender. Just because he's that classic trope, the classic nerd trope is oh, you're a girl. Oh no, you're a girl. I can't talk to a girl. Oh my god, girls. That in a show like this especially, that's a bit much, don't you guys think? If you think that's a bit much, comment down below. And if you want to tell me what you think the appropriate amount of grapes to have at lunch is, you can hit me up on Twitter at yourboydharn. You can hit me up on Instagram at harnishderek. You can find me places. I have 2 podcasts specifically devoted in the pWoCast. Both of them are wicked fun. You should check both of them out whenever you can find a podcast. Well, I've had a great time. Thank you guys for watching. Oh, Jamie Lynn, you're back. Jamie Lynn, what you got this? I told you it wasn't good. No.